Everyone, good evening and welcome to EduTALK. EduTALK is a weekly virtual talk show created out of the need for a global learning community focused on topics in education that directly impact diaspora nationals working across the globe. EduTALK features teachers, principals, administrators, business leaders, and dignitaries who share their expertise on critical topics facing education today with a common goal of moving education forward and our students upward. I am your host. I'm Dr. Dwayne Dice, and I'm the founder and CEO of Education Solutions International, ESI. Please visit educationsolutionsinternational.org for more information on a plethora of topics in education and other initiatives relating and collaborating with educators and personnels who contribute to the work of education. I am joined this evening by Mr. Lionel Shipman. And Mr. Shipman is a financial empowerment consultant, speaker, author, and he's also a show host himself with over 25 years experience. We don't get that very, very often. And this experience is in banking and financial services industry. He facilitates seminars also and workshops in the area of financial literacy and banking, business, banking, and life skill for high school and college students, as well as churches, businesses, and other organizations. And I'm going to give him a plug right now before he talks. You can visit his website also at Shipman Consulting, shipmanconsulting.com. That's shipmanconsulting.com. Welcome to EduTALK, Lionel. Good to have you on.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dice. Pleasure to be here and talk about this ever important subject of education. So thank you for allowing me to be here today.
Yes, you're welcome. And it's a pleasure to talk to you too. It's a pity I have a co-host, Dr. Barker. He would have enjoyed this because he likes the idea of finance and talking about investments and where do you put your money, especially educators. And one of the things I'm happy about is that we're doing this show at the beginning of the year. It's in January, and we are looking at New Year resolutions and planning for the year. So yes, so give us your take on this idea of finance. Like, why is it so important for anybody, not just educators right now? Why is it important to put some thinking in this?
Okay. Well, finance, just in and of itself, is very important because money, we all are involved with money. We all need it. You've probably heard the term, money makes the world go round and round.
Yeah.
In essence, it does, in a sense. You wouldn't have industry without the generation and the operation of money. You wouldn't have schools, you wouldn't have healthcare, you wouldn't have a lot of different industries that we are involved in on an everyday basis without the world of money. And when you go down to education, to teachers, administrators, down to families, we all need money to operate our homes, being able to work and earn a living and being able to get our kids to school, buy groceries. So money encompasses, or it involves so many aspects of life, why it is definitely important to learn what it is, how to utilize it, and learn the benefits of it, and then being able to pass that down to your children and to the next generation. So yes, money, financial literacy, personal financial education is of high importance in the world today, and even more today than ever.
Mm-hmm. All right, good. Yes, you're right. And when you said pass it down to your children and children's children, it brought about a thought of wealth, money, making money and wealth. So what if somebody is asking, if somebody like they're working like me and I'm getting my paycheck per 2 weeks, fortnight or per month, and I would say that I am okay Like I'm making money, okay, I have a little bit of money and so on. But somebody will say to them, you're not building wealth.
Mhm.
What do you say to those people?
Well, the subject of building wealth, let me start off by saying, is very important for many generations, not to segment the population,
Mm-hmm.
but you look at the imbalance of what we call white wealth versus black wealth,
Mm-hmm.
or white wealth versus other wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Education is one of those pieces that I believe that has been missing. But in addition to that, application, because I could teach you all day about money. As a matter of fact, I write, I've written a book, I podcast, I talk about it, I teach it, but the application of it is one thing that we lack in. And when you're talking about building or generating or creating a wealth, a lot of time we think that when we look at television or look at entertainment, we see the glitz and the glamour of people driving the nice cars, living in the beautiful homes, wearing the nice clothes. Those things are just what I call symbols of wealth. That doesn't mean that a person is wealthy because they have those things. They could be just in a lot of debt. So when we're talking about wealth, we're talking about not only, I would say money in the bank, but I'm talking about education. I'm talking about using tools or utilizing tips to make your money grow when you're sleeping at night, or making your money grow in other ways, or creating streams of income that would build up and accumulate to where you become self-sufficient. Then you're able to give to your children, you're able to give to causes, you're able to give to other people. That is truly what I call wealth. Now, let me say this. Wealth is one of those topics that I hear people talking about all of the time. I see postings on the internet, on social media, that talks about who wants to be a millionaire, or wake up, we're going to be millionaires. Well, if you're not managing the money that you have right now, that you're making right now, and that could be 25,000, 50,000, $100,000, even $1 million a year. If you're not managing that money that you have right now, what would it look like if I gave you millions of dollars and you say, oh, I can be wealthy at that point? Statistics tells us, even for people that win the lottery, the average person that wins multi-million dollar lotteries, they are broke within 5 years,
Wow.
simply because
Mm-hmm.
they don't know how to manage money.
Mm-hmm.
If you cannot manage the hundreds and the thousands of dollars right now, there's no way, unless you're truly, truly educated and applying good principles, that you're able to manage millions of dollars or being able to generate wealth to pass down to the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
So that generating wealth or creating wealth is something more than just money. It's education,
Mm-hmm.
it's tools, it's applying principles, it's a way of living, a lifestyle. And it's not always the tangible things that we see expressed in society today.
Wow. That in itself is a course. It's really, yes. And I am hoping that we can have people starting to rethink money and wealth, to rethink the idea of planning for the future, and involving passing down to their children the educational part of it. So you mentioned your book that you have been writing, and also doing podcast, TV shows and so on about it, and speaking events about wealth and wealth management. Give us a little bit about your book. Tell us what inspired you to write that book.
Let me let you know right now. The name of the book that inspired me, well, the reason why I was inspired to write this book is called Money Responsibly.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote this book and had it published back in 2019 because I saw a need. A lot of times you have high level, I guess, knowledge or education of money that's out there, but no one really talks about the basics to the extent that I did here in my book. I don't mention about investment. I don't go into that part because if you cannot budget, if you're not managing your debt and paying your debts off, and if you're not managing your credit, you're going to have very limited money to even put into the investment side. Now, I do mention it on a general basis, and whenever I do have the discussions about investing, I do it high level because I tell people my expertise is in the basics. I leave the high level investing for those that are on that level. But this inspired me because there are so many people that I've spoken with, young and old and in the middle. They say they understand how to utilize money, but they really don't.
True.
Some of it could be because of pride. Sometimes it could be that you don't really want people to be in your business, is what I call it. But knowing that the importance of money and knowing that we all have and utilize money and need money, we need to know how to utilize it. It's almost like driving a car. If I put a teenager in a car that he's never driven a car before, more likely he's going to have an accident or he's going to cause himself great harm or someone else great harm. Well, the same way with money. Once you learn how to utilize money, you can learn to manage your money coming in and your money going out. You can keep a tab on how much debt that you have and how you need to pay that debt off. You will also learn how to manage your credit because credit is one of those key things that allows us purchasing power to go out and buy a car, to buy a home at a reasonable rate and reasonable terms and conditions. So that is one of the reasons why I wrote the book, to kind of give everyone a good foundation that they can start building upon their financial lives so they can improve their financial outlook. But one of the key things that I like to talk about is creating a better quality of life for yourself and for your family and for others around you.
Yeah. Can you hold up the book again so that people can see the title?
Yes.
It's called Money Responsibly.
Money Responsibly.
Yeah. When I met you years ago, you had another book. Not is it not or Sacred Vows.
Yeah. Sacred Vows, the Not or Not.
Yes, the Not or Not. And that's one of the books I was telling people about every time I see you posting online and I want to talk about financial literacy and so on. I would say, I met this guy and we did a book signing together, and it's a play on words, the not or not.
Correct.
Give us, because I know a lot of people are going into like relationships or finances and so on, and that's one of the big red flags on the other side of things. Yes. Tell us, you don't have to give us everything in the book, the content. Just talk to us about it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's the book is based upon 4 pillars, family, lifestyle, sex and intimacy, and finances. Wow. Finances is one of those key areas that when you talk about relationships, either girlfriend, boyfriend, soon to be engaged, and those that are married, finances is one of those key things that needs to be discussed. And I often tell couples before they get married, you need to have that money conversation. You need to kind of delve into the minds of that person that you love and you're about to pledge your life to. You want to know their history, their understanding, their management of money. I'm a firm believer that as two come together, they become one. Well, you want to become one in the best way possible. And that means laying things out on the table on the front end. I used the example when my wife and I, when we were engaged to be married, we laid out everything. We had our credit reports before each other. We both knew how much money, well, after we were engaged, we didn't do this while we were dating. Yes, but once we got engaged, we laid our credit reports out so we could see what our credit history was all about. We knew how much debt that we had, if we had any. We knew how much money we made. Plus, I wanted to know what was the mindset of my wife, my soon-to-be wife at that time. And then I shared with her my insight, my mindset of money. And then we began to mesh those things together so we could create a future of financial prosperity, financial understanding, financial enlightenment for the both of us going forward. So yes, finances is key. Being single is key during the relationship as well.
Yeah. I'm glad you're saying it. It's very, very clear for the common person to understand this. Because when I was younger, it's the same approach I took to money. And I've been telling people that it's all about managing what you have. And you can have a lot of money and you never own anything because you don't manage it properly. And you can have a tiny bit of money, you manage it, you gain over time. You can buy property over time. You can have big investment over time because you manage it properly. And talk to us about finances and sacrifice. Discipline, you talk about discipline, but talk about the self-sacrifice part of it. Because I know young people nowadays, not even young, older people get into credit card debt, and they want to have this, they want to have that, they want to have this now. And they don't understand the idea of sacrifice, like self-sacrifice or waiting. Yeah, talk to us about it.
Yeah, when it comes to finances, a lot of time my audience don't like this word,
Yeah.
discipline. And it's not a negative
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
Discipline has so many benefits. I mean, if you discipline yourself with eating, you have a good, healthy life.
True.
If you discipline yourself with exercising, you have an excellent buildup in your body functions well, you feel great, your mind is clear. So discipline brings a lot of benefits. And there's no difference when it comes to finances. Yes, a lot of time when I talk about discipline, and I talk about budgeting and different practical things that we can do, a lot of time we have a problem because we are looking at solely at the things that we are being restricted from. And I often tell people, I'm not here to kill your dream. I'm not a dream killer. I want you to have the best life that you can. I want you to have the best business, the best financial life that you possibly can. But you have to have some barriers. You got to have some railings in your life. Use this as an analogy. Think about the biggest or the largest bridge that you've ever crossed over. Can you imagine crossing over that bridge without any guardrails? Can you imagine crossing that bridge without any concrete barriers? Especially when you're going across a body of water.
Yes.
You will be very leery of doing that. Now, you may be very comfortable in driving, but because those barriers are gone, you're at risk. The same way it is when it comes to our finances. We have to be disciplined in everything. I'm disciplined. I'm a finance guy. I live it and preach it every day.
Yes.
But I am tested. I am sometimes persuaded to spend my money in places where I shouldn't, or even overspend. But it's the discipline that keeps me lined up based upon my goals, based upon the things that I want to do for me and my family. That's what discipline does. It keeps me in a lane that will bring me productivity, that will bring me to the point where I can reach, accomplish, and sometimes exceed my goals from a financial standpoint. So discipline is a good thing.
Yes.
Budgeting is a good thing.
Yes.
Managing your debt is a good thing. Managing your credit is a good thing. Investing wisely is a good thing, but it requires discipline in every regard and every respect.
Yes, say no more. That's a punch right there, punchline. That's very good. I'm glad I said earlier, we were talking about this at the beginning of the year with this, because when you talk about discipline and so on with the finance and family and, setting your goals and so on, people normally associate that with the new year and new year resolutions. Is it okay for people not to have new year resolutions, or wait until maybe later on in the year? Or when is the best time to have these conversations about money management and making a budget and so on and so forth? Because some people naturally wait until maybe in the summer when some of them are off from work. I'm thinking about teachers and some other civil servants who get this off to travel and to be with family and talk about things that matter. So why are we getting caught up with this New Year resolution thing? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I often tell people I don't believe in resolutions. And I say that from the standpoint of, it's been said, we say it every year, make a New Year's resolution. And statistics tells us over 90% of the resolution that we do make is pretty much gone by the end of January. And those that make it even past March, that it shrinks even more because people fall off from it. I tell people, instead of making resolutions, make lifestyle adjustments. Make it part of your lifestyle. When you make things part of your lifestyle, it becomes common to you.
Yes.
It's second nature. It's automatic. So some things that I tell people, don't wait. Start now. Don't wait. There are things that we can do incrementally right now to change our financial perspective and our financial outlook. Even this, something very simple, but very challenging.
Right.
Take the next 30 days and write down everything you spend your money on. Something simple. Just keep your journal, use your phone. Every time you make a purchase, write it down.
Yes.
Take account of it. Then after those 30 days, look through and see where your money has gone. You will be surprised of just how you are spending your money, sometimes on things that are totally unnecessary, some things that you don't need right now. Yeah, we do have some wants, and there's nothing wrong with getting some of our wants done. But after doing an exercise like that, it really opens your eyes to say, wow, I am spending my money on XYZ. I am kind of spending my money rather carelessly. It's just a way of just having a good wake-up call. So these are things, just one exercise to do to get you to wake up to say, okay, maybe I do need to consider doing something with my finances going forward. One simple thing that we can do is to create a budget. Keep a record of what's coming in and what's going out. Try it. It'll be eye-opening to see where your money is going and how you need to allocate your money going forward. So the simple things that we can do would be, like I said, to write things down for the next 30 days to really get a view of what you're spending your money on. And then thereafter, creating a realistic budget so you can see how much money is coming into the home, how much money is going out. Those are just two quick things to get your life adjustment going forward, not resolution, because I don't want to set anyone up for failure. I don't want to give you a goal that you would consider to be just way over your head. Something simple as writing down what you spend for the next 30 days. That's a very good start. Then let's look at creating a realistic budget. And then we can add those tools on from there and from there and from there. And then, of course, follow me on social media, because I often give a lot of good financial tips regarding your mindset, which is, I think, is very, very key, but a lot of practical things that we can do along the way as well.
What's your social media profile?
You can catch me, of course, on Facebook, Lionel Shipman. I'm on Instagram at I am Lionel Shipman. I just got onto TikTok, so look for me maybe the next 30 days or so to start doing some TikTok short videos under my name as well. I'm also on LinkedIn, Lionel Shipman as well. Twitter, you can catch me at L Shipman SC. If you just look for me, Lionel Shipman, you can pull up my Twitter address as well. So I'm on all those social media platforms.
I haven't been on TikTok yet at all. I'm trying to think long and hard to get on there. That's good. That's good though.
Yeah, I was convinced that I need to do that. So I just started. I'm starting this weekend.
Yeah. Okay. Good. That's good. That's progress right there.
Yeah.
So, but you brought up some really good points for people to grapple with and actually put into action based on their financial future. And it's not just them. What I like about what you shared, it's not just an individual, but family. It's the family you're catering for and caring for, and looking into the future. So some of us who didn't grow up with financial wealth can leave that for our family. We can, progress into the future with that. So I did the interview kind of backwards. So, because I wanted people to understand how serious this is. From you, who is a very serious financial advisor and a person who actually have gone through kind of like you're going through the trenches still. For example,
Yes.
you said some of it, sometimes you want to spend your money, but you have to have the discipline, and it's hard sometimes. But the discipline will get you through, and it's not punishment. It's a good thing. What caused you, what inspired you to actually be like this as a financial person, a financial advisor, a teacher at it at best, and also a family person who walk the talk, as they say. What caused you to be like this?
When I graduated college, I'm gonna do it kind of quickly. I
Yeah.
graduated with a computer science degree,
Oh.
but I landed in banking and finance, which I have no regrets at all, because when I graduated college, I had 6 credit cards and they all had balances on them. Yes, yes, me, six
Wow.
credit cards,
Yeah, yeah.
and they were all in my name. My
Mhm.
parents didn't know that I had them.
Mhm.
So when I moved from Alabama down to Florida to start my life in the world of banking, my first professional job,
Mhm.
banking saved my financial life because I was able to learn about finances
Mhm.
from people within the bank.
Mhm.
Once I figured out, these are principles for life. I need to pay off my credit cards. I need to understand why I did what I did. I need to understand the importance of budgeting.
Mhm.
I need to understand the importance and the need of creating a retirement account, because one day I want to retire.
Mhm.
I wanted a better life than the life that my parents had. I mean, grant they were hard workers. I learned a whole lot from my parents, but I promised myself
Mhm.
that the education that they were able to provide for me, I wanted better for me. Then now I have my own family. I want better for my children than even for what I have for me and my wife.
Mhm.
So it's something that has been like innate to just, I have a heart of a teacher. And anything that I learned that I have utilized in my life that has been most effective in my life, I like to pass that down.
Mhm.
So that's why I got into this world. It's in my field professionally, but I've kind of branched off, and I guess the baton was handed off, and I began to run with it myself and started creating a lot of different techniques, tips, programs, education, curriculum based upon my life, but also based upon the needs of people that have come within my circle or
Mhm.
within my environment. There's
Yeah.
such a big need out there. I mean, from young, old, middle,
Mhm.
because everybody doesn't have the opportunity to receive financial education.
True.
And those that sometimes receive it, they're having a problem with applying it.
Mhm.
Well, I try to be the best of both worlds. I want to teach you, but I also want to be an example that you can say, he's teaching me about budgeting. He's budgeting.
Mhm.
Look what he's doing.
Yes.
And I'm the kind, we have our home to pay for.
Mhm.
Once I pay my home off, I'm debt free. I don't have credit cards. I don't have student loans. Even my daughter, that's so blessed to go to college, she went off for scholarships. We don't
Yeah.
have any college student loan debt because we plan, we put things in place ahead of time.
Good.
So those are the things that I teach, I give out because I live it. I
Mhm.
practice what I preach. Am I tempted to do otherwise? Yes, because we all live in this world. The
Mhm.
same things that entice you can sometimes try to entice me, but it goes back to that discipline. I have goals that I want to reach. I have things that I want to do. I have places that I want to go, people that I want to meet. And the only way to do that is to have that discipline, have that mindset,
Mhm.
but putting these things into practice on an everyday basis.
Yeah, very, very good. Very good. It's been a pleasure talking to you and going through this. Give before we close off, just one more time, just show us the books that you have written, and uh,
Okay.
and then where people can get them.
Okay. All right. This is my first book. It's called Sacred Vows. Of course, this is the one where Dr. Dice and I we first met.
Yes.
Sacred Vows, the Knot, a Knot, You can get this book on Amazon, and so blessed. I forgot to tell you this, Dr. Dice. My book now is in Walmart. You can go to
What?
walmart.com. Yes.
Yeah,
So you
that's
can go to
very,
walmart.com to order my book. Also in Barnes and Noble as well. But
yes,
I always tell people, if you're on social media, if you contact me directly, I can get a way to get an autograph copy to you. So
yes,
if you want an autograph copy of the book, just hit me up on social media.
very good.
Yeah. Second book, of course, is called Money Responsibly. You can get it on Amazon as well, on my website as well at shipmanconsulting.com. But also hit me up as well on social media if you want an autograph copy. We can get it, see if we can get an autograph copy to you as well. So I'm kind of waiting for this one to get to Walmart, but it hadn't gotten there yet. But the first one, I'm so blessed, so thankful that it's in
Yeah, yeah.
Walmart.com now.
That's very good. Very
Yeah.
good. So you can reach more people and you can actually literally save lives.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Lionel Shipman, for being on here. First month of the year. I hope some people are listening and making the right decisions to put practices into practice, not resolutions so much, but just let it be a behavior. You do it.
Absolutely.
Do it every day. Is there anybody you want to say that actually help you along the way to be who you are?
Of course, I have to give a lot of credit to my wife of 23 plus years now.
Wow.
She's been the backbone foundation of my life, even with writing the books.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, it could be more like a co-writing with the first book with my wife. But the encouragement that I got from my wife and from my children with the second book, have a number of people that have been instrumental in my life. Of course, my parents, a lot of good friends that are, I call my inner circle of people that have been most helpful to me, and some that I hold true and dear today to my heart. So very few. I found out that as you get a little bit older, more mature in age, your circle of people that are influential shrinks. So I have a very good, solid circle of people around me that pushes me, challenges me, encourages me, and support me. So I'm very thankful for all of them.
Good, good. And yes, very good. And later on this month, viewers, we're going to have a forum for financial literacy. So look out for that in our network. And enjoy your week. Have a great week. This has been EduTALK and Mr. Lionel Shipman. You can reach him at Shipman. What's your
Shipman Consulting, shipmanconsulting.com, shipmanconsulting.com. And Dr. Dice, let me say this. Thank you for your platform. Thank you for your efforts in education. And thank you so much for this invitation to talk to you today. Thank you.
Yes, yes, anytime. We're going to get you back on here a few more times this year to make sure that people are, it's kind of like holding them accountable, holding their hands, making sure that they make the right decisions while they're even far away from us. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we can't leave them alone. Yeah. All right. So thank you so much. Enjoy your week. And we will talk again next week with another edition of EduTALK.
Take care.
Everybody. And thank you so much. Take care. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.